What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, SMARONENINE. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a short trail ride and we're going to be checking out my brand new map, Preserved Land. So let's get right into it. Before we take off though, a little information about the map. So this is a very small 26 by 26 map. It's very easy, very casual trailing. I was going for a very colorful, pretty scenery, good views. That's the kind of thing I was going for with this map. So it's very easy, very casual. There's little to no crawling. There is a little bit of crawling, but that's only because I was testing out a rock by a good friend of mine, Big Dubs. So I did use his rock on the map a little bit, just for testing purposes. I never meant to turn this into an actual map. If you guys didn't know, if you've been following me on YouTube, I've been making a series of tutorial videos, and this is actually the tutorial map. And the only reason I decided to actually turn it into a map is because of a smart-ass friend who decided to message me and ask me when this map was being released. You know, I know he was joking, but I kind of took it as a challenge. So here it is. I decided to release it. I turned it into a map. It only took me like 3 or 4 weeks to build this map, so it was a very quick map. But I think it come out pretty good for what it is, you know. It's got great scenery, like you can already see right from the spawn. It looks really, really good, I think. And this is the new rock by my boy Big Dubs, which we'll talk about when we get over here. But alright, so let's get right into it. So the mod I'm using today, this is a very old mod. This is by Forces. This is one of his earlier builds. But I think as dated and old as this thing is, I still think it's an awesome mod. It kicks ass crawling and stuff. So let's start her up and let's see what we got for add-ons. We'll just add fuel and a toolbox. All right, so let's get right into this. Let's put the windows down, get some fresh air, and let's roll. All right, so yeah, as far as the rock, I really haven't had a chance to really talk to Dubs about that rock, so when we get over there, I'll kind of give my opinions about that rock. If you guys have downloaded this map and checked it out, you are going to see some updates soon. When I was testing this map out earlier, I realized that I forgot some distributions in areas. Like right here, you can see how nice and plump all this is and how not so plump this is. So I did forget to add some on both sides. You know, we're all human, we make mistakes, we forget stuff. I'm getting old, so my brain ain't what it used to be. Make a little pit stop right here and show you what I mean by scenic map. So this is kind of what I was shooting for with this map. I love stuff like this, and this is why I didn't want to turn this into such a crawling map. I wanted a nice, easy, casual ride, you know. I get the moose over in the distance. There is some wildlife scattered across this map, so keep your eyes open. Alright, so let's back her up. Alright, so here we go. So going back to the rock, which we're coming up to right here. So Big Dubs hooked me up with this rock, and I've been looking for a rock that I can replace those damn Nix, Wrenching Monkey, spun rocks. I've been using them rocks on every single map for the past 6 years. But it really is the perfect rock for building crawling sections. It's just the design of it, the color, it just goes with the environments. I'm yet to really find another rock that I can do that with, you know. And even though these rocks here, they look great, I do like the looks of these rocks, and I really like them underwater, which I'll show you in just a minute. The problem is with these Dubs rocks is you can only really place them how you see them, because if I was in the editor and I lifted this whole rock piece up, the underneath of this is hollow, so you can only really place them in one direction, which makes them very difficult to come up with, you know, rock sections. But I mean, you can do something like I got here, but to do a whole map with this might be a challenge. I mean, I might still try it at some point, but I mean, I don't hate the rock. I definitely love it for scenic purposes, you know, which I'm going to use a lot going forward. And when we get up here, I'll show you what else I'm going to use it for, which I think it looks really good up here. Try to get up over this. I kind of know the route now, so. There we go. This thing's a beast when it comes to crawling. I used to use this thing so much back in the day. I'm not a Jeep guy, you know, but this thing is badass. So, I mean, the rocks don't feel that bad either, and they're pretty flush with the rock, the tires. I mean, you can see it lifted up a little bit, but not like SnowRunner. Anyway, so moving up here, this is where I love this rock. Underwater. Check that out. This looks friggin' so real. Let me bring the camera up so you can see it. Look how awesome that looks. Underwater, it's the perfect underwater rock. And I will be using this one a lot when it comes to water crossings. But I think that looks absolutely sick. I think it looks so good. I used to use another rock for my underwater rock, which actually looks really good, but I think that rock just got replaced after seeing what this one looks like underwater. Come out good. There's another nice view spot right here. You can see the moose in another angle. But yeah, I love this shit. You know, and these kind of maps are a lot easier to build than the crawling maps. I know the crawling maps are a little bit more fun for probably 95% of the community, but it's always fun to take a break. And I like turning the tunes on and just driving around and hitting nighttime once in a while to check out the views, which I don't have anything over here, but we're gonna get to some other stuff soon. And like I said, I really brought out all the distributions in this one. This trail's colored in purple. It looks good going up and down. I gotta make some tweaks to this map, so if you have, I think I said this already, but if you have this map downloaded, you're gonna see some updates coming soon. I gotta do some more distribution fixes. I might add some more rocks to this outside trail. Just little things like that, little fixes from time to time, but yeah, I think it come out good, you know. And you can make a good map out of it. I mean, again, touching back on what you're into, you know, if you're strictly a hardcore crawler, then you certainly won't like these kind of maps. But I like every style of map. You know, I'll play anything in it. You know, I'll do some logging, some crawling, some hardcore crawling, and I like cruising like this too. Checking out maps, looking for awesome picture opportunities. Like that looks good right there. Another section right here to do across. And like I said, this rock just is so good for underwater. Look at that. That looks so awesome. I thought that come out really good. One of these days we'll find that perfect crawling rock. But for now, I'm probably going to stick with the spun nicks rocks. And you know, Dubs did a rock back on SnowRunner. When I was building Detour on SnowRunner, the rock he gave me on that was perfect. I really loved the shape and style of that rock, but when we brought it over to Mudrunner, it wouldn't work correctly. The shadows were off and stuff. It was a letdown because I really was looking forward to building a map with that rock model. Another nice scenic spot right there. Alright, so let's take another spin. Good thing about taking trail rides on these small maps, they're a lot easier to get around the whole map, you know. Alright, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Usually I don't like to crank around my maps. That's another YouTuber. I like to keep shit short and sweet and slow, but we'll be alright. So I'm using the Adega mod, and I have the night really night. If I switch to night, you can see how jet black my night skies are. I love it. The only bad thing about it is if I hit my free camera, where is it? That's where the moon's supposed to be. So they replace it with a big square. I wish I could get rid of that somehow, but hey, I just keep the camera down and I don't even notice it. Another thing about these jet black nights, it really makes these flowers pop. I mean, look how cool that looks. You see my container over here? It looks awesome. And this is another thing too. See, I forgot to add some of those flowers over here. I forgot to add some over on the banks over there. So that's kind of the fixes I gotta still do on the map, but I'll get them done. Won't take me no time to get those done. So we're gonna crank over here a little bit. Got another cross in here, which the rocks are a little bit more hidden. And I went a little lighter with the rocks in here, but you can see them under there. Just looks cool. I think that looks so good. Alright, so let's keep it going. Crank up around here. Got a nice little section down in here. So when I was doing the tutorial map, before I even did this section, not so much the jumps right there, but when you come up around here. So when Dubs first gave me them rocks, the first section I built was right over here. And if I come around this corner, so this was me kind of experimenting with this rock, and I made this little pass trail, like a little test trail, and I decided to leave it, and I put it on this map. Thought it was pretty cool, but I was just experimenting with what I could do with these rock models. So what we just drove over is one, and then you got these sheets, which I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a lot of sheets right here. Some more on the sides, some small piles. I was just testing what I could do with this rock, you know. And this is a pretty cool little spot. It's not difficult at all, but it looks really good. Definitely looks good. Oh, got stumped a little bit right there. Just make some sweet little quick, I don't know, you can't really call these test, yeah, I guess you could call it kind of like a testing area kind of deal. Got my container, I haven't added that to a map in a little while. Little mud spot. And I don't know how good this thing will take these jumps, but I figured this would be pretty cool too, to add a couple little small jumps here. Probably take this one better. There we go. A little bit of air. Nice. Alright, now the last thing I want to show you guys is up around here. If I switch to nighttime right now. Yeah, see, I gotta still add some more flowers over here and stuff. I really want to bring this map out a little bit more colorful. So you can already kind of see them over in the distance, but this is what I want to show you guys. And this is the reason for the name of the map. So actually I'm going to go to daytime first and talk about these for a real quick second. So the name Preserved Land, that came to me when I was looking at areas like this. Like it's very protected. What is that word? Conservation or something like that? Protected lands. That was another thing I was going to call the map, protected lands. But I decided to go preserved. Like a nature preserve kind of deal. But this distribution, this pink plant, I don't think I've used this since Oxford County Trails, like my first map. I don't think I've used this since. I don't remember, but when I was playing around with the plants and stuff right here, so at first I just had the regular flowers that you seen glowing over on the other part of the map. But when I laid all these down and then I added the glowing flowers underneath it, I got a sick friggin' result. So if I click the night, I mean, look how awesome that looks. I think it come out really, really good. And as soon as I was testing this area and driving down through, that's how the name Preserved Land hit. So that's why I decided to name the map what it's named. So I thought this section looked awesome. And then when you mix these two distributions together and you get this effect, I think it looks absolutely awesome myself. Come out really good. So that's kind of how the map was named. And like I said, if you keep your eyes peeled at night, we're not supposed to do this in Maine, but, you know, I'll spot a deer for you guys. Check that out. That's a hefty fine up here in Maine. I'm sure it is down in you guys' neck of the woods too, wherever you all live. But in Maine, you don't be spotting deer. Okay, so, oh, there's my square moon. Keep the camera down, it's not so bad. Keep it over here. There we go. But check how awesome that looks. All the fireflies and shit. I think it looks really, really good. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. If you guys haven't checked out this map yet, please do. And if you do, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment what you think about it. That'd be awesome. I love hearing from you guys. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will talk to you guys again real soon.